back to the Hitchhiking Ghost podcast. On today's episode, we will be talking about a Pixar movie, and that movie is Coco. Now, the reason why I have been gone for a very, very long time is because I am about to launch season 2 of the Hitchhiking Ghost podcast along with another small project, a little bit ambitious project, and I think that it's going to help me with my consistency a little bit more and different types of content. I think it's going to make me better as a podcaster and all that. So I am very excited for everything to drop, and yeah. Now season 1 was just me feeling out how to work a podcast, because I have not had any experience in podcasting before. Probably 3 months ago, because I was missing Disney and I didn't have anything else to do, so I'm like, you know what, I'll start a podcast. And I think that, and I was pretty consistent with it. I was posted on Instagram, posted on Buzzsprout, Spotify, YouTube. I think I was doing pretty well with staying consistent. But now I'm trying to develop better content for all you people out there, and I hope you all enjoy it and enjoy this new season of the Hitchhiking Ghost podcast. So, let's talk about Coco. This is one of those Disney movies that I just have never watched. It came out in October of 2017, and I just watched it in May of 2020. Now, this review will contain spoilers, so please click out this video if you do not want Coco spoiled and if you were living under a rock like myself. Okay? Alright, good. So, I believe I must explain why I never watched Coco. I kept hearing, this is the main reason why, I kept hearing that it was a direct ripoff of another film called The Book of Life, which came out in 2001. I have watched this movie, but I was so young that I don't really remember it that much, but I did watch bits and pieces of it, try and get a little feel and try and get some memories back, but it's still a little fuzzy. But yeah, I didn't want to support a movie that was a direct ripoff and wasn't creative at all. So, I just waited. I'm like, I'm not going to support it. I'm not going to the theater. I'm not buying the ticket. I'm not doing that, because it's cheating. But I'm so glad that I watched this movie, because Coco is great. It really is. And speaking about this subject some more, about the Book of Life and the similarities with Coco, I must say that I can put that rumor to bed, because the Book of Life and Coco do have the similar settings. It's literally the same. It's the Day of the Dead, and it is also has some of the same certain characters, like minor characters, mind you, but the twins, they were in both movies, and that's just a little bit close to home for some people, and I'm sure that many people didn't like that, and I understand why. But if it was a direct rip-off of this movie, it's not like the Book of Life in the public database for use. Like, it's definitely copyrighted. Like, they couldn't just change it. But if you think about it, all stories are very similar. They all have the similar background and the same structure. But also, the Book of Life is definitely more of a love story, and Coco just is not. It's more of a story about family, which I appreciate. Okay, now that rambling's all out of the way, I hope you guys aren't too mad at me for not watching Coco for so long. I want to talk about how lovely this film was. For the first time in I'm not sure even how long, I was brought to tears by a film. it wasn't tears. It was one tear. I produced one tear when Miguel sings "Remember Me" to Mama Coco, with Hector having a final death, about to have a final death. That was just so emotionally charged that I just couldn't help myself. The emotion came over me, and I'm like, wow, I just cried. Family is a huge part of my life. Family has always been there for me. I have had many blessings in my life, being able to have a full family that loves me and cares about me, and I am very appreciative that I have most of my family by my side. I can relate to a life trying to be pushed onto you, like Miguel has. So my mom is a teacher, and naturally she thought that I would be a wonderful teacher. And I don't know. I just really don't know. It's not about the money to me about teaching, even though teachers should get paid a heck of a lot more, and I wish they did, but that's not really the reason why I don't want to be a teacher. I really don't think I could be a teacher. I don't have the patience. I don't have that skill set to teach people, to like tutor people, just like I've tried to teach my girlfriend in math, and you have to go step by step with some people. Well, I'm not some people, and I skip like 8 steps and I get the answer like almost immediately. And it's hard for me to try and go really slow. It's really difficult for me. So teaching, I don't think that was my passion. And, I was pretty close to a teacher. I'm getting a degree in hospitality. So, it's not even close. So, yeah. Now, I will say that this character trait of, the family trying to push a life onto the protagonist is a trait that is passed down through many, many, many Disney and Pixar movies. It's definitely pretty good. Now, let's talk about jokes. This movie had several quality jokes, and also many jokes that missed the mark, but still, some quality ones. The joke when the bell falls on Ernesto, just so calm, the bell just completely falls on him. That was hilarious. It really was hilarious. I mean, top tier joke right there. It made me laugh. And also, sources say that Prospector's femur is still stolen by Hector. Now, this joke, you stole my femur? And then he showed like this rod and like string attached to him. By the way, excellent animation throughout. That scene, whenever he's crossing the bridge, absolutely beautiful. I mean, stunning. This whole movie is stunning. Okay, sorry, had to say something like that. But this scene it is gold. Okay, the great jokes all around. And also, I'm not going to lie to you, there's some really emotional moments with the realization that Hector is a musical talent and he could be leading towards a final death. So it was a great scene, and it was a very pivotal scene. So I really appreciated that scene in the movie where it was. Also, the reason why I called him the Prospector, I really don't know his name. It's really a very minor character, but if you think about it, because they had so many Toy Story references there. I think there was Toy Story pinatas and the Pizza Planet truck that zoomed past Miguel's window. It kind of looks like the Prospector in Toy Story 2. That's just me though. If you put the two side by side, they look pretty similar. Now, let's talk about Hector for a second. Hector is a great character. He's flawed. He's funny. He has a great backstory. Absolutely amazing character. The twist at the end where he was killed by I'm not gonna spoil it right now, but he died, but he was also Mama Coco's dad. And you know the whole story is that the dad left him, but little do you know that the dad was trying to come back to them, and then he got murdered. He didn't just leave. So that was definitely a bit of a blindside, and it really, really hurt me when I thought he would not see Coco again. But my goodness, Mama Coco saw him again, and that was one of the most beautiful moments of a movie I have ever watched. It made me produce a tear. Now let's talk about Ernesto. I knew this guy was bad. I just knew it. I just had a feeling in my guts that he was bad. Alright, before I leave too much. The scene with Hector, the prospector, and Miguel. The movie shows what happened to Hector. He drank a shot of tequila, as a skeleton, which doesn't really make too much sense, but he did, and it just showed a huge shot of the two shot glasses, one empty one and one full one, and he died because Ernesto poisoned his drink. I'm gonna spoil it now because Ernesto, I knew he was bad. I thought he would be bad by immediately rejecting Miguel, and Miguel having to fall from grace and stuff like that. But no, Ernesto took him in as his great grandson, and I thought for sure that Ernesto would use him for his music ability, but that wasn't the case either. He needed to keep his fame, and Miguel, quite frankly, knew too much when Hector came out of the blue, and that was such a good moment. Oh my goodness. You just got blindsided because Hector is such a great guy. Oh my gosh, I love Hector. And Ernesto has it all, and Hector has nothing because of Ernesto. And it's just terrible. I hate whenever... I'm getting mad just talking about it. I do not like Ernesto. Screw that guy. Now, Miguel. Miguel's musical talent and love for music is completely moving and is completely believable. His love for his family, of course, exists as well, but he is conflicted because he loves his family very much, but he also loves music so much. And I can understand. I really do understand. I can sympathize with that. I love his character, and I absolutely love the scene with Mama Coco. Probably one of the best emotional moments that Pixar has created in recent memory. Inside Out is pretty close. The happiness I felt when that picture of Hector came out of the bedside table was surreal. Okay, I've brought up that scene so many times. Time to just give it an overall rating. What do you guys think? Yeah? Okay. Overall, I love any movie that can stir emotions inside of me, and this movie did that. Also, I love movies that celebrate different cultures. I really appreciate it. And this pavilion in Epcot is great. I love seeing all the Coco inspired pieces in there. So, let's just put a number on it. I'm going to rate characters, story, voice acting / animation, music, and climax. Now, the story I give an 8. The reason why I give it an 8 is there was a lot of great moments, a lot of funny moments, and a lot of great characters. But here's the issue for me. It took some things from the Book of Life. It did. So I took like 1 point off of that, and then, but an 8's still pretty good. I mean, definitely. And also the voice acting and animation, I give that a 10. I love all the voice actors and actresses. They're great. They really are great. I don't speak Spanish at all, but I'm going to watch it in Spanish and read the English subtitles, because just like Parasite, I mean, I can watch that and I can enjoy that just as much. But I read online that that's the language it's made for, which I can understand, and I'm gonna try it. So I will probably discuss my review on that next time. But yeah, the animation is just absolutely stunning. I love whenever Pixar does reflections in the characters' eyes, like whenever they're watching a TV, you see the TV in their eye sockets. That's one of the coolest touches on earth. And also the scene of crossing the bridge, that gives it a 10 automatically, because that animation was absolutely stunning. I don't even know how that is even possible. It's mind-boggling to me. There's so much detail in every single character, in every single frame of this film. It is great. It truly is great. Now the music, they played Remember Me way too many times. But everything is still really good music. It sounds really fun. It's not my favorite soundtrack, like Moana. That's amazing. I love it. But yeah, an 8. I wouldn't give it any lower than that. It is great music. Now let's talk about characters. They're amazing. They truly are. Miguel's amazing. Ernesto is okay. He's an okay villain. He really is. It really took a lot out of it whenever I kind of knew that he would be bad, like automatically. But Hector is amazing as well. Hector and Miguel, their chemistry, it just carries the film where it needs to go and is amazing. Dante, let's talk about Dante for a second. Dante has Dante is the dog, and is actually a spirit guide. So they also have another spirit guide, which is the cat, which is like a dragon tiger type deal. And then poor Dante is just Dante. Look, he kind of looks like Spyro with his tiny little wings. It's cute. It really is cute. And also, fun fact, Dante has the same little flap down ear as both of my dogs do. So, whenever I saw Dante for the first time, I was like, that's Sugar and Apollo. Look at him. Yeah, so it was cute. And it was a great moment whenever the cat comes out of the spirit world and it's a regular cat. I think that's funny. And now let's speak about the climax. I give that a 10. Whenever you can stir emotions inside of me and make me produce a tear that rolls down my cheek, you did something right, okay? I felt it inside, and I felt it like long after the movie ended. I felt it. And the climax with the mom singing and the dad singing together, it is one of the coolest, creative, best parts of the story. I love whenever the security guards are just climbing up really slowly while the mom's singing. I think that's one of the best parts ever. But yeah, climax is incredible. I love that Ernesto spills the beans at the concert. But I really would think that, just watching all the craziness going on, I would think that, I don't know, the crowd would be just so infatuated with Ernesto that they would be like, you know what, this is all a part of a joke, because he was an actor for a long time. I don't understand why they just immediate were like, oh, he's bad, after years of being, amazed by him. So that was, just a little nitpick right there. But other than that, I'm going to give this movie a 9. A solid 9, and I believe that is one of the best movies that Pixar has made. I love the celebration of different cultures that Pixar and Disney can do. And the music is great. The voice acting is great. Can't wait to listen to it in Spanish. Animation is beautiful, stunning, flawless. I can't say enough about that animation. It is beautiful. And the story is a very nice story centered around family, which I truly appreciate. And that will do it. I am sorry for the very long episode today, but I hope you all enjoyed it, this little review of Coco. And welcome to Season 2 of the Hitchhiking Ghost Podcast. Have a great week, everybody. Goodbye.